Back to Nintendo Academy. I am Mike Perez, and we have some very interesting news, potential leak, but right now we're going to go ahead and put it as a rumor, and it's related to the Nintendo Switch. Well, we can call it Pro, Nintendo Switch 2, whatever you want to call it. Nintendo's next, either next gen upgrade or even another iteration of the Nintendo Switch. And let's talk about these new details found for the next generation Nintendo Switch.
Subscribe.
All right, guys, so in this video I'm going to talk to you about the latest basically rumor or leak about the Nintendo Switch next generation or upgrade, whatever Nintendo decides to do. And then I'm going to give you my opinions on what I believe Nintendo will do, and this will benefit both Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite owners. So let's first get right into the news. This comes to us by Family Boards, and also I'm going to go ahead and source two sources here. My buddy Nate at Nintendo Prime was one of the sources where I got this news from. He has his own video here in his channel. Go ahead and subscribe to him instead of just reading what the website says, because it is a translation from Japanese. I'm gonna go ahead and sum up everything for you just to make the shortest video possible and give you the information the quickest way. So we have a supplier or an owner of a store in Japan meeting with Nintendo insiders. Okay, they are having a dinner. It looks like Nintendo employees are involved in there, and then we have it looks like the owner of a major chain stores in Japan, you know, of electronics. They sell video games and stuff like this. So they're having a dinner, and well, it looks like they talk about a lot of things that are behind the scenes, like what's happening in Nintendo, upcoming games, and an upcoming future console. So this person states that they are in this conversation, right? And once they leave the conversation, they feel like they want to forget it because it is very dangerous information to have, you know. But then again, he goes on his website and he kind of tells everybody, which is kind of weird. But, you know, he states that he plays his games like Xenoblade on his console and it's very low resolution when in handheld, that if Nintendo does release this, even if it leaks, then this will improve his experience. So he is talking about a brand new hardware, maybe that can improve the experience when you're playing in handheld mode. Now this could actually be a Nintendo Switch Lite OLED if he is playing in handheld mode. You know, Nintendo could just go ahead and just give us a Nintendo Switch Lite OLED this year. It's a very big possibility of that. But this could also be the next upgrade to Nintendo Switch, basically. We're not going to get rid of the Nintendo Switch brand, but it'll be the next upgrade to the Nintendo Switch. We'll have the Nintendo Switch OLED, the Lite, and this Switch Pro, or whatever you want to call it. So basically, this is the second time we get a leak of this kind when it comes to Nintendo Switch upgrade, and it looks like Nintendo is about to release this next gen console or next iteration of the Nintendo Switch. Now, in my opinion, this will benefit both the Nintendo Switch Lite owners as well as Nintendo Switch owners. Why? Because I feel like Nintendo is actually, you know, they have their pulse, their finger on the pulse, and they are looking at how everybody else does things. For example, PlayStation and Sony, they both released two consoles each. They released a lighter version of a console and they released the more powerful version of the console. I mean, Sony just released two powerful versions of the console, just one without the disc. But, you know, I believe that if Nintendo does plan on releasing something this year, right now Nintendo Switch Lite is due for an update. I know you can agree with me. If you have a Nintendo Switch Lite, you would love to have a little bit of a bigger screen and an OLED screen, maybe with better speakers and something better, right? But you would love to have an upgraded Switch Lite. So Nintendo might release, yes, the upgraded Nintendo Switch next to a Nintendo Switch Lite. I don't think Nintendo is gonna wait or make wait Lite users like they did when they released the Nintendo Switch. We got the Nintendo Switch Lite 2 years after the launch of the Nintendo Switch. So this is what I feel Nintendo is going to do in the future. They're going to release the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch Lite, both updates at the same time, rather than just releasing one console. And I feel this is coming very, very soon. And we don't. I mean, another major thing that points to Nintendo releasing something big is the Nintendo Direct date. It is the 29th. The Nintendo Direct is the 29th of this month, okay? Which is the following, the day before Nintendo's meeting with their shareholders. This is the very first time we get a Nintendo Direct right next to the shareholders meeting. And this can also be done because Nintendo will release the Nintendo Switch next gen and then present it to their shareholders in this meeting. You know, shares have been going down. Nintendo Switch consoles sales have been dwindling. They have been going down as well. And the owner, the CEO of Nintendo, has expressed that they are worried about the transition, and they want to make sure that they transition in a good way and keep the 100 million accounts they have for Nintendo Switch owners. So, guys, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments about all these little leaks and rumors that are coming up recently. And let's continue this conversation down below. All right, that is it for this video. I am Mike Perez with Nintendo Academy.